In August of 2024, a YouTuber named Frank uploaded a rather terrifying video titled "Apparition of a Child Seen Hiding in an Abandoned Mansion" on his channel Franco TV. His channel mainly focuses on urban exploration, and he often uploads footage of his strange and bizarre encounters exploring various haunted and abandoned locations. In this particular video, Frank decided to investigate an abandoned mansion located somewhere in Peru. According to Frank, the mansion is situated in a pretty dangerous neighborhood as it is known to be a hotspot for criminal activity. He also notes that the mansion was previously raided by the police for suspected human trafficking. As Frank approaches the building, he peeks through a broken window and notices creepy graffiti and writings on the walls. As he walks inside, he finds fingerprints all over one of the windows, indicating that someone else might have been there recently, but doesn't hear or see anyone else inside and continues with his investigation. However, little did Frank know that encountering another person would be the least of his worries, because when he stepped into one of the rooms, he stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
You can tell a lot of people have been here with the handprints. Looks like little kid hands. You see it? Jesus Christ. I hope I'm not walking into something. Literally just thought I heard somebody move. This is the room I wanted to check out originally. Oh, what the hell? Wait. I'm not seeing this right. Why are these things like barred in there? It looks like a dungeon or something. They don't want somebody coming out. Hola? This place is known for pretty much trafficking around this property. And they ended up, it was a big bust. And I've already seen a ton of other things that kind of implicate that as well. Oh, that one opened up. That one opened up quite easy. And there's red stains on the door. And there's more suspicious red stains on the wall. What scares me with this is that this definitely looks like real blood. And this too. Looks like somebody was like putting their bloody hand around the wall, like they were waiting in here for a while.
As Frank entered the room, he immediately noticed two identical doors with metal bars over them. When he opened one of the doors, he saw red stains on the door and even on the walls. This was particularly alarming given that Frank had mentioned the house was raided for trafficking. After this disturbing discovery, Frank carefully investigated the room, trying to comprehend what had happened inside. As he looked around, he suddenly heard mysterious noises coming from the main hallway.
What the hell is this? But this is disgusting. It even stinks in this room. What the hell is that? Hola. Holy shit, this thing just went off. I want to make sure nobody walked in here. Ayúdame. Comen matar. What this says on the wall is help me. They're going to pretty much eliminate me. But ironically, I feel a little bit more safer when it's all dark because nobody sees me with a light on. Listen. The thing went off again. What the hell is up with this thing? I'm gonna take this with me. In fact, I'm gonna put this right here. I don't know if this thing's defected or what, but this is the only toy that I found in this place thus far. So at this point, I'm gonna leave the toy right here. I'm gonna see if I can ask it to turn the toy on, because I think whatever's here doesn't want me next to the toy, or maybe it's a child, or maybe it's some sort of, something's messing with me here.
After hearing the mysterious noises, Frank immediately went to investigate their source. He discovered the sounds were coming from a kid's toy remote. This strange experience left him puzzled. He left the toy on the floor and began searching for any sign of someone or something that might have caused it to activate. Unfortunately, he found nothing. But then, the toy started making noises again. Not knowing if someone was playing a prank or if the toy was malfunctioning, Frank decided to place it in the middle of the room. He then went to the end of the hallway to see if the toy would make noise again. As he stared intently at the toy, he saw something far worse than a noisy toy.
Let's see if I can get it to go off again. Niño, ¿tú puedes mover la cosa? Toca la botón. Niño. I'm gonna turn off the light. What the fuck is that? What the fuck was that? I just heard a sound. Listen. I don't know what I just heard or seen. I just seen something really creepy just standing there. Hold on, I'm gonna go walk to it. I swear to God, I just seen something standing right here. I don't know what the hell just happened, but I was waiting for the toy to turn off, and as soon as I turned off the light, I seen something right over here. It almost looked like a reflection peeking in from the light, but then it moved. I don't know what that was. Oh, I'm getting out. I'm gonna go outside. I don't know what the f that was.
As Frank stared intently at the toy, he called out in Spanish, "Kid, can you move the thing?" Tapped the button, and just moments later as he switched off his flashlight, you can see a white figure, resembling a child, as it stands behind the toy. Frank instantly flicked his light back on and rushed to investigate the spot where he'd seen the figure, but yet again he found nothing. Disturbed by this bizarre encounter, Frank immediately ran out of the mansion. As he tried to make sense of everything he'd just witnessed, he noticed something peeking out of a first-floor window.
Right now I'm looking at a window from the outside here. I literally just saw a head peeking out right from that window. Somebody was just staring at me. Is it moving? Look at that. What the hell is that? Alright, I don't know what I'm looking at here, but I'm gonna keep moving as normal. There's something in that back room, but I'm not going into this mansion. I do have the K2 meter. I want to see if I can hear or see whatever the hell I just saw. Can you give me a sign? Can you touch the toy? I just need to know that you're here with me. This place is so freaking creepy. So I switched over to my other camera. I thought I felt safer. Completely dark, it lied. I definitely do not. What the fuck? Hola? Hola? What was that? I literally saw what looked like an arm. It looked like a kid's arm just pushed the door open.
After Frank saw something peeking out of the window, he went inside holding his ghost hunting equipment. As he walked toward one of the rooms, a small hand, seemingly belonging to a child, suddenly pushed through the door. Frank once again searched everywhere but found nothing. This terrifying encounter left him shaken, but also filled him with anxiety about the sinister events that must have once taken place within the abandoned mansion. As a result, he decided to place a piece of chocolate where he'd just seen the hand. What he witnessed next was truly heartbreaking and disturbing.
This is what you call a soufflime. One of the best chocolates in Peru. I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. Hear that? I just heard a sound. I can hear what sounds like the wrapper moving. Listen. That was my stomach. Hear it? I definitely heard what sounded like the wrapper moving. That was right outside the door. The candy's still on the floor. I'm keeping my chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at this chocolate and I want it more and more. But I did hear this thing moving.
After hearing the wrapper moving, Frank immediately opened the door and searched every room, desperate for an explanation for what he was witnessing. After another failed investigation, Frank picked up the chocolate and stepped outside the mansion. However, as he was looking through one of the windows, he saw the kid staring directly at him.
Sorry if I'm shaking so much. That's that whole hallway. And then right here is the big window. What the hell is that? Oh, shit. That look. Oh, fuck. I legit just saw a kid staring at me. I thought it was something else, like an illusion thing, but that was it. Moved. It moved right in there, and if you look to the side, it doesn't seem to be anything. Look, what the fuck? Look at this. There's literally handprints, little kid handprints all over the window. Definitely look like little kid hands looking in. I am 100% convinced that there is a kid inside this building, or a ghost of one, but I just seen it right here, peeking right out, and then went right back in.
As Frank stepped outside the mansion, he glanced towards one of the windows. For a brief moment, he saw a child staring directly at him before vanishing. Disturbingly, when Frank approached the window, he discovered fingerprints and stains on the glass, right where he'd just seen the child. After this bizarre encounter, Frank decided to investigate further and went back inside the mansion, hoping to find the child. However, as usual, he found nothing and eventually left. Later, while talking to one of the mansion's security guards, Frank recounted his encounter, describing the child looking directly at him through the window, the hand pushing the door, and everything else he'd witnessed. To his surprise, the guard confirmed that there had been multiple reports of a child being seen inside the mansion. He even admitted to having seen the child himself. The reason for the presence of a white figure resembling a child and the true events that transpired inside the mansion remains a mystery. However, based on the information Frank provided, it's very likely that something sinister was at play. This right here is a YouTuber named Chris Hill, who in January of 2023 uploaded a rather disturbing video titled "Dangerous and Terrifying Encounter in an Abandoned Haunted Building" to his channel Urbex Hill. His channel primarily focuses on urban exploration, and he frequently shares footage of his chilling encounters while exploring various haunted and abandoned buildings throughout the United States. In this particular video, Chris decided to explore an abandoned school known as Paul Revere Elementary School, located in Cleveland, Ohio. Constructed in 1920, Paul Revere Elementary School played a significant role in shaping the educational landscape of its neighborhood. Over the years, the school became known for providing a high-quality education to its diverse student body, reflecting the rich cultural tapestry of Cleveland. However, as the population in the surrounding community shifted and declined, the school experienced a significant drop in student enrollment. During its peak in 1970, the school had over 1,600 students enrolled, but by its final years, that number had fallen to fewer than 300 students. In 2015, the school was officially closed after 92 years of operation. Since then, it has attracted the interest of urban explorers and ghost hunters, sparking curiosity and speculation about the possibility that the school might be haunted. In the video, Chris set out to investigate the school alone in the middle of the night. As he stepped inside, he immediately noticed that the building was in a very rough state, with deteriorating walls and ceilings, along with books and papers scattered everywhere. As he moved through the halls, he came across unsettling graffiti and freshly written messages covering the walls and boards, indicating that someone might have been in the building recently. Nevertheless, he didn't hear or see anyone inside and continued with his investigation. However, just 10 minutes into his exploration, as he was walking through the hallway, that's when he encountered something truly disturbing.
Which way first? Those are gunshots. Oh shit. Those are gunshots outside. What is that? Oh shit. Do you hear that? Oh shit. Somebody's here.
After Chris heard the rustling noises, he turned off his flashlight and began walking toward the sound. It was then that Chris noticed someone approaching him while holding a flashlight. Chris immediately started running and hid in one of the rooms for the next few minutes. Once he saw the individual walk away, he resumed his exploration and began walking in the opposite direction from where the person had gone. However, just moments later, as Chris stepped into one of the rooms, that's when he made a shocking discovery.
I should probably leave. Alright, so they went that way. I'll just avoid them. I mean, I'm not really scared of a homeless person. I just don't want them to sneak up on me, and I never want to have to use my gun. I would hate to have to do that, but I do gotta be really careful now. I mean, I know he saw my light, so they have to know I'm here. Holy shit! Oh, somebody's in there. Oh shit! Scared the fuck out of me. Oh man. Oh man.
After Chris walked into the bathroom, he saw someone or something standing at the far end, staring directly at him. Terrified for his life, Chris immediately rushed out of the room. Not knowing if this was the same individual he had encountered earlier or if it posed a threat, Chris drew his gun and eventually went back inside to investigate.
Get my gun out. Hello? Hello? It's a fucking toy. Holy shit, that scared the hell out of me. Heart is racing. I thought it was a person standing there. It's a toy. Look at this. That up. Why would somebody leave that in here? Get that thing, man. That is creepy. I don't think I've been that scared in a long time. And I do not scare easily. but that creeped me the hell out.
Fortunately for Chris, the figure standing at the end of the bathroom was merely a creepy mannequin. Disturbingly, it remains unclear how the mannequin fell just as Chris walked back into the room, especially since it had been standing still for who knows how long. Chris checked inside the bathroom stalls to see if whoever had set up the mannequin was hiding inside and had somehow managed to make it fall, but unfortunately he found no one. Eventually, Chris left the room and began walking down the hallway, and it was then that he encountered something once again.
He's walking this way. Listen. Alright, I'm gonna go this way. Alright, main office. Safe is still here. Wonder what's in it. Oh shit. Shit. Fuck. Where the fuck did he go? What the fuck? He was standing right here. He's probably in this room. Get my gun. Hello. What the fuck? Where did he go?
After Chris heard the footsteps, he began walking in the opposite direction from the sound. As he entered one of the rooms, he heard a weird noise behind him, and at that moment, a shadowy black figure appeared to be moving behind the door. Chris immediately rushed into the room and searched everywhere, but the figure had inexplicably vanished right before his eyes. Following this bizarre encounter, Chris was consumed by fear and anxiety over everything he had witnessed that night. Nevertheless, he continued to explore the school for the next 10 minutes before deciding to head home. However, as Chris was making his way out, that's when he stumbled upon something that sent him running from the building.
Alright. I gotta get out of here. I don't remember where the entrance is. Where is the exit? Fuck. Alright, it's not that way. Let me just try to get out over here. This place is weird as hell. Oh, here it is. This place is crazy. I remember the last time I explored it. Oh shit. Hello? Hello? What the fuck? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out. Holy crap.
As Chris approached the exit, he suddenly heard loud footsteps coming down the stairs, heading right toward him. He called out and went upstairs to investigate, but once again, he found no one there. After yet another failed investigation, Chris immediately ran back down and safely made his way out of the building. It remains unclear who was running down the stairs or whether this was the same individual Chris had seen holding a flashlight earlier. Additionally, the mystery of how the mannequin suddenly fell over, along with how the shadowy black figure mysteriously vanished, remains unsolved. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide whether Chris's encounter was merely a squatter or a homeless individual stalking him, or if what he experienced inside Paul Revere Elementary School was truly paranormal.